Today we are going to talk about measures of center and how to determine which one is the best one to use. Now, we know that median, mean, and mode are all ways to measure the center of our data set. Depending on the set, however, sometimes each one of those, mean, median, or mode, could all be the best option for us to use at certain times. So today we are going to go ahead and find the mean, median, and mode for this set of data shoe prices. And we're going to talk about what makes the measure of center the best one, the best representation for what we are working with. So the very first thing that I do when I am working with a set of data is put my data in order. So I take a look at those shoe prices and I order my numbers. So I've got 20, two 20s. I got a 31, 37, 45. I've got a 48, 65, and 122. Okay, so those are my data points. I'm going to double check that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. So I've got my set. It's organized, ordered from least to greatest. So now I can use it. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the mean. To find the mean, remember that I go ahead and find the sum of all my data points. I add those all up and divide by the total number of points that I have. So in this case, there are 8 different prices for shoes. I add these all up, divide by 8, getting me a mean of 48 and a half. So that would be $48.50 is the mean. After I find the mean, I'm going to find the median. To find the median, remember, I need to find that middle number. So I can rewrite my numbers again if I wish, or I can use my set up top, and I go ahead and find that middle. So I cross, 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 out those, and I'm left with 2 middles. Now recall that we cannot have 2 middle numbers. So instead, I need to find the mean of those. So if I go ahead and add up 37 plus 45 and divide that by 2, I will have 41. So this is telling me that the median, the very middle number, is $41. Lastly, we have our mode. So again, if you would like to rewrite your data, you may. Otherwise, you may use your organized data up here. Again, having your data in order will help make sure that you get an accurate mode. You have your same numbers clumped together, so it's easier to find. In this case, the only price that occurs more than once is $20. So that means that my mode is $20. All right, so let's take a look. We've got our mean, which is $48.50. Our median is $41, and our mode is $20. Now, one thing that I noticed right off the bat is that the mode doesn't really represent all of my data. Okay, so we want to determine which measure of center is the best representation of the price points. So if I were to tell you that the typical price of shoes at this place was $20, that's not very accurate because actually that's the lowest shoe price, and most of the shoes are actually more expensive. So the mode is not the best. The mode is a lot lower than my other numbers, making it less accurate. Less accurate. Okay. Now we take a look here at that $48.50 and that $41. And again, this is why having your data in order is beneficial. So let's look to that 41. Your 41 falls in like right here. And then your mean falls in like right here. Now, that $48.50, although not as crazy as that $20, there's only two, oops, you can't see that, there's only two pairs of shoes that are more expensive than that $48.50. So if I were to tell you that the average, the typical shoe price at this store was $48.50, you might think that's a little high, when in fact there are shoes that are less money. So that can kind of skew your perception. So I would say that $48.50 is not the best representation of my data either, because it is a lot higher. So the mean is a lot higher. Now, in this case, I would say that our median is the best representation. It is right in the middle. There are shoes that are less money and there are shoes that are more money. So it's kind of that middle ground. So if I told you that the typical shoe price at the shoe store was $41, right? That would kind of tell you that there's some less than that, some more than that. And if you're looking within those numbers, you'll find something that you can purchase. So today, right here, right now, in this scenario, your median is your most accurate measure of center. Now, your median will not always be your best measure of center. So you are encouraged to find the mean, median, and mode for all sets of data so you can determine which is the most accurate, the best representation.